Dunganny. We're working up 4G. You've been ready. We're going live in LMFM now in a few moments. So if you're on our YouTube, you're live now at the moment, and LMFM will be live momentarily as well. There's the 140 of you waiting in.
I draw the first teams, seconds, I draw the first teams, and Jim draw the seconds.
So you're drawing the group winners, say?
I draw the group winners, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, yeah. We need the applause, like.
Give it 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know, yeah. We did half-hearted applause. What I might do actually is, I don't think we're overdue. If you want to come around this side just before we start, so we can just have a quick chat. Sorry, Kim, now to be moving you over. A bit down just in case.
He's 269
Oh, good stuff, yeah. Funny the league in the last, the team with the most wins. Obviously, that was in their previous incarnation, 5 intermediates and all the teams that are left. Forget that they were like the league were successful in their own right before the amalgamated, albeit they probably didn't bring a huge amount of last bit, still not.
By 300 there on the live stream. We're just waiting. We're on the news, and LMFM is just concluding, and we'll start our draw now, and we'll be live on the radio as well.
Yeah, just a few bits and pieces in case I know Brendan's always a great man for the. Oh yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have to write that. Absolutely not.
Right, sorry lads, won't be on in a couple of seconds, so when the usual, as Brendan will be here, for the sake of a good cheer, okay?
Yes, you're very welcome along to Dunganny tonight for the draws for the Meath, Intermediate and Senior Football Championship knockout stage. It's a big cheer from everybody. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Meath County Board Chairman John Kavanagh. John, I suppose the group stages are always hard fought, but the knockout stages where everything kind of comes to crystallisation and teams can really sort of gear up their opportunities and their chances to win a senior championship and an intermediate, of course.
Yeah, there's no second chance from here on in. I suppose in the group stages you can always afford to lose one game, or in some cases 2 games. But now it's all or nothing, so it's exciting times ahead.
Yeah, it is. And just to remind everybody of the senior championship draw, which we'll have first, the quarter final pairings we've made up of the 4 group winners. That's Wolf Tones, Trim, Ratoath and Summerhill, all of whom, by the way, came through the groups with 100% records. And then the runners up: Screen, Moynalvey, Gael, Colmkill and Fina. Just one, I suppose, a little tidbit of information of the teams remaining. Screen are the ones who have won the Keegan Cup the most times with 13, and next up after them are Summerhill with 7 senior football championship titles to their name. So either one of those 2 teams add to their titles this year. We'll find out very shortly. We're going to have the draw beginning now in a second. We'll have John Kavanagh drawing the winning teams from each group, and we'll have Jim Mullery, the treasurer, drawing the second place team. Just a quick reminder, there can be no repeat pairings, so any teams that met in the group, for example, Wolf Tones can't be drawn against Screen, and similarly teams that have met in the first round can't meet in the knockout stages. So we'll get the draw underway. John, we'll let you go around and get things moving. We will have the intermediate quarter-final draw very shortly as well. So John's going to draw the first team out. This is the pot with the group winners. And the first team out,
Wolf Tones.
Wolf Tones, defending champions of course, and came through the group in impressive fashion. Another big win yesterday. And they will face Gael Colmkill. So Wolf Tones and Gael Colmkill, first quarter-final pairing. Interesting one there. So Wolf Tones and Gael Colmkill. Trim are the next group winner out. So Trim, intermediate champions who've been very impressive this year in the senior championship as well, and maybe dark horses to add their one and only Keegan Cup.
Nafina.
And they will face Nafina. So Trim and Nafina, no repeat pairing so far, which is always good. Wolf Tones, Gael Colmkill, Trim, Nafina. Summerhill are next out. 7 senior championships to their name. We'll be hoping to add number 8 this year. Summerhill will face Screen. So Summerhill, Screen, 2 of the real traditional names in Meath football, will face each other in a quarter-final. And then the last quarter-final pairing, Ratoath, back-to-back champions a couple of years ago, of course. And Ratoath will face Moynalvey in the quarter-final. So just to recap, it's Wolf Tones versus Gael Colmkill, Trim against Nafina, Summerhill against Screen, and Ratoath against Moynalvey. So some very interesting pairings there. Now we're going to do the semi-final draw. So the first ball will face the second ball drawn, and the third will face the fourth. So here we go.
Number 1, game 1.
Number 1, that's game 1, that's Wolf Tones and Gael Colmkill. So the winners of Wolf Tones and Gael Colmkill will face number 3, that's Summerhill, Screen. So the semi-final, the first semi-final will be Wolf Tones against, or Gael Colmkill against Summerhill or Screen. Which means ball number 2, that's Trim or Nafina. Let's hope this is ball number 4. It is indeed.
It is number 4.
Ratoath and Moynalvey. So Trim against Nafina. The winner of that will face the winner of Ratoath and Moynalvey in the semi-finals. So that's the quarter-final and semi-final pairings decided for the Meath Senior Football Championship.
Relegation.
And we're now going to move on to the relegation pairings. Similarly to the quarter-final pairings, there can be no repeat matchups here. It will be the teams that finished 3rd in the group in one pot and the teams that finished 4th in the group in the other. First out of the hat,
St. Colmkills.
St. Colmkills, a 1-point win over Screen yesterday. St. Colmkills will face Curraha. So St. Colmkills against Curraha, first of the relegation playoffs.
O'Mahony's.
Navan O'Mahony's, next out. And Navan O'Mahony's will face
St. Peter's Dunboyne.
St. Peter's Dunboyne, a match that would have been the business end of the championship in years gone by, but this year, unfortunately for both sides, the relegation end.
Dunamore Ashbourne.
Dunamore Ashbourne are the next team out. And they will face Simonstown Gales.
Okay,
They've already paired each other, so that's a repeat pairing, so we'll have to draw that one again.
So that's the last one.
Okay. So Centralstown against Dunamore Ashbourne, and Simonstown will face Ballinabrackey. Okay, so there we have it, the relegation matches decided as well.
I'll do the semi-final for that as well.
So we'll do the relegation semi-final pairings now. first out.
Number 3.
Game number 3.
Number 1.
Will face the winner of game number 1, or the loser, I should say, of game number 1 in the relegation. So it's Dunmarshburn or Saintstown against St Colin Kills or Curraha. Good work by Kieran Flynn on the keyboard there. Quick.
And number 4.
Game number 4. That's Ballinabrackey or Simonstown. Yep. And the loser of that game will face the loser of
Number 2.
game number 2, which is Navan O'Mahony's and St Peter's Dunboyne. So that's the relegation pairings boxed off for the senior championship. And now we'll move on to intermediate championship quarter-finals. Just a reminder of the teams that have here, the group winners: Oldcastle, Nobber, Dunshaughlin, Duleek, Bellewstown, and the second place teams in each group: Walterstown, Dundee, St Patrick's and Rathkenny. And of the teams remaining, Duleek in their previous incarnation are the team with the most Matty McDonald Cups, 5 wins for them. So here we go with the intermediate quarter-final draw.
Nobber.
John Kavanagh pulls out Nobber first. Nobber, most recent winners in 2019. 4 intermediate titles to their name.
Dundee.
That's the repeat pairing. Dundee came out of the hat, but that's a repeat pairing, so Dundee will have to go back in.
Pick that over, Jim.
And they'll remain out, and we'll go for another name to come out of the hat to face Nobber. And it's Walterstown. So Walterstown against Nobber.
And this team face Dundee.
So Dundee now will, having already been pulled out of the hat, will await the name coming out next.
Oldcastle.
And it's Oldcastle. So Oldcastle against Dundee. So Nobber versus Walterstown, Oldcastle versus Dundee. They're the first 2 intermediate quarter-finals.
Duleek, Bellewstown.
Duleek, Bellewstown, next team out of the hat. And they will face
St Patrick's.
St Patrick's, Stamullen. So long at senior level, 3 intermediate titles there. The most recent was in 2000.
Dunshaughlin.
Dunshaughlin, who really strolled through the group, looked very impressive. Their first year back in intermediate, of course, after being relegated last year. And they will face
Rathkenny
in the quarter-finals. So it's Nobber against Walterstown, Oldcastle against Dundee, Duleek, Bellewstown against St Patrick's, and Dunshaughlin against Rathkenny. And now we have the semi-final draw as well for the intermediate championship.
Number 4.
Game number 4, that's Dunshaughlin or Rathkenny. So the winners of the game between Dunshaughlin and Rathkenny will face the winners of game
number 1.
number 1. So Dunshaughlin or Rathkenny will face Nobber or Walterstown in the semi-final of the intermediate, which means it'll be game number 3, Duleek, Bellewstown or St Patrick's. And game number 2, so Duleek, Bellewstown or St Pat's will play Oldcastle or Dundee in the semi-final, and it'll be Nobber or Walterstown against Dunshaughlin or Rathkenny in the other semi. We're now going to move on to the relegation draw in the intermediate. So it's the 4 bottom place teams in the group, so St Vincent's, Drumbarra, Kilmainham and Clonagale. John is going to pull out the first name out. Clonagale first out. 3 teams relegated from the intermediate, remember?
Kilmainham.
Clonagale will face Kilmainham in the intermediate relegation semi-final.
Drumbarra.
And Drumbarra will face St Vincent's. So it's Clonagale versus Kilmainham and Drumbarra versus St Vincent's in the intermediate relegation semi-finals. And that's it, John, we're done. So thanks very much everybody for tuning in, and best of luck to all the teams competing in the championship. I know, John, just wanted to say a quick word before you wrap up, but great to get the draws done and plenty of exciting games for people to look forward to the next few weeks.
Yeah, some juicy games there, David. That's something to look forward to in 2 weeks' time. Can I just thank LMFM once again for the cover of our draws here, and yourself for coming, David. But especially can we send our best regards to Brendan Cummins. Probably the first time that we had draws here on LMFM from Dunganny or from Park Talton that Brendan was involved in. So I know he's getting better there, but from everybody here and within the county, just wish him a speedy recovery, and that please God we see him here for the next county board meeting.
Absolutely, I think we all second that in the room here this evening. We'll wish Brendan all the very best and hopefully see him again very soon. Just before we leave you, we just want to confirm the quarter-final draws for the Ballarese Bar and Restaurant Guest and Accommodation Junior Championship. Quarter-final 1, Sidon against Kilbride, and the winners of that will play Castletown in the semi-finals. The other quarter-final will see Moyle or Dunsany playing Ballinlough in the semi-final, so the winner of the Moyle-Dunsany game will face Ballinlough in the semi-final. And very finally, the relegation semi-finals in the Junior Football Championship. It's St Ulstan's against Boardsmill and Carnaross against Winalty. The relegation final winner stays in the junior with the other 3 teams relegated. That's just about it here from Dunganny. Thanks as always for everybody for listening in and tuning in, and we'll speak again very soon. Back to you in the studio, Tuala.